Hi everybody, it's Lain, Ehmann, and I am back for day number 6 of 31 days of Q&As. If you are just watching this video for the first time in this series, I encourage you to seek out the other videos because we've got a whole bunch of them coming up on a week's worth, and judging by the questions that continue to pour in, we may be doing more than 31 days. So anyway, head over to layoutaday.com and you will see where you can grab a hold of all 31 days once they're completed. Okay, today we have a special question from Susan Traub Baker, and I have to just say, Susan, that is so funny that I just met your brother. It is seriously a small world. I'm working on making him a scrapbooker because he takes so many great Instagram pictures, but that's a separate note. Anyway, Susan says she's got a question that many of you have, I'm sure. So my question is, do you have a perspective on keeping up with trends and changes in the world of scrapping? I found palettes change, stripes, dots, patterns, solids, digital, paper, chunky, flat, many picks, lots of white space, and so on. It seems to change or evolve faster than I am. Sometimes I get so overwhelmed, I just stop. Kind of an open response type question, but I don't think I'm alone in wanting an answer to it. Seriously, you are not alone. Everybody, even people who are quote-unquote professionals in the industry, feel this pressure. And in fact, I would think those of us who might be in the industry feel it more because we have this pressure to keep up with the latest and greatest, to make sure that what we're displaying includes the latest and greatest products, which is why I've kind of separated myself from that side of the industry. As you know, if you've been around here any length of time, I am really about the story. And whether you capture that with something you bought yesterday, or something you bought 10 years ago, or just a piece of white cardstock, a photo, and a pen, you have my blessings and my great thanks for capturing those memories for your family. So my first suggestion is to go back to your scrapbooking why, and we talked about that a few days ago. Knowing what you're trying to accomplish with this hobby. Are you really trying to stay on top of the latest and greatest in scrapbooking supplies and trends? Or are you, which is okay if that's your goal, just know that. Or are you trying to create a legacy for your generation from now? Or are you trying to figure out how you feel about what's going on in your daily life? Or perhaps you are trying to express your creativity. Each one of those answers, and your answer is going to be very, very personal, as we've talked about before. Each one of those answers is going to lend itself to a different way of scrapbooking. And there is no right, there is no wrong. It's just really what you're trying to do. So as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I am all about the story. So while I love the paper and the pens and the latest trends and chevrons and whatever it might be, and I pay attention to that, I'm more about capturing the story. So I'm going to feel better about my scrapbooks if they are full of stories about my family that are meaningful, rather than having a scrapbook that is full of the trend du jour. That is not my goal. And it is possible to blend those two worlds together. So I'm not saying you should never adopt a trend. I'm saying know what your primary goal is and focus there. And then you can kind of pick and choose as the trends go by and know, does this support my goal? For instance, if suddenly the goal is, and I've seen a lot of this, a little tiny photo with lots of stuff going on the page and very little story, that's not a trend that I'm going to be embracing with both hands. I am about the photo, I am about the story, and about the emotion that I'm trying to convey. And every once in a while, I'll dabble in something like that, but the majority of pages I create are going to be about that photo, about that photo and that story and that emotion. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with letting these trends come and go because I know they don't feed into what I'm trying to accomplish. So that's one thing, knowing your why. Number two, it's possible to have a good sense of your style. Just like if you don't know what personally looks good on your body, when you go to the mall and you see all these neon colors now and the super short skirts and super short shorts and the platform sandals, and you can feel like I am so behind the times because I have no sense of what looks good on me. But if you know what your personal style is in clothing or in scrapbooking or in home decor or whatever it might be, it is much easier to sort through that constant barrage of choices to know what's good for you. And I actually have a great resource for you, and it's the Define Your Scrapbooking Style from A to Z. And it is based on a past Layout a Day challenge we did several years ago, and it walks you through the alphabet from A to Z, and you look at a different element of scrapbooking each day, and it helps you kind of try out different things. It helps define your personal style for scrapbooking, so you'll know, okay, I really have tried to use stamps and they just don't work for me. Or you might know that, hey, I don't like journaling showing up on the page, so I'm going to be concentrating on hidden journaling, either on tags behind my photo or on the back of the page. It just helps you sort through all that so you develop a good sense of what your personal scrapbooking style is, so you have a filter through which to look at all the trends and options, because we are limitless when it comes to options. And that's kind of going to be the way it is for a while. I don't see the choices that are facing us becoming narrower anytime soon. So I guess to summarize, I would say, one, focus on what your goal is as a scrapbooker and look at the changes and trends and challenges and everything else through that lens. And two, work on developing a sense of your style. And an easy way to do that is to look through your past scrapbook pages that you've created and pick out which ones you love the best and really hone in on what it is about those that you love. And that's an exercise that I lead people through in that that Define Your Style from A to Z. So I'll put a link to that below this video at layoutaday.com, and head over there and check it out. And Susan, don't forget to email support@layoutaday.com and let Kelly know that you are our day number 6 winner. I'm looking forward to getting a little treat out to you. If you have a question for me, it is not too late. Tweet me at Lain Ehmann. Email me, support@layoutaday.com or lain@layoutaday.com. See, I'm giving you too many options. Or just leave it below this video on my blog at layoutaday.com. I'm looking forward to helping you with whatever your scrapbooking challenges might be, or your questions. If you want to know what that thing is hanging on the door back there, I'll tell you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.